Gene asked me, Power of Healing. How's everybody doing? Well, I did a little bit earlier. I was out and about with a friend, and I'll probably attach it to this because, well, I just, you know how when the creators, they give you tips and bits and stuff, and they kind of guide you and show you, you know, what works for your channel, what to do to get blah, blah, blah. So, one of the things, of course, you know, is to watch other videos that do the same thing you do. So, I watched about, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 maybe, and very good. I mean, they were right on point, but very clinical. Very, very clinical. And although I have the ability and the degree to be clinical, that's just not me. I take the approach to appeal to your inner thoughts and what you want out of your life, because you can always Google and research depression, anxiety, but until someone tells you, you know, if you don't do this, this is going to happen, because they've been through it many, 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 many times. So, I just thought, you know, I'm just not clinical. I'm not that serious. When I have to be with clients, one-on-one, absolutely. But you are remember, my group. You're all in one room. As far as I'm concerned, you're all in one room, and I'm speaking to you all. So, you know, really, it doesn't work for me. Okay? So, I am me, and that's just it. I am very outgoing, boisterous. I am, say it like it is. I'm very honest. I'm very loving. And again, I kind of say it like it is. That is called reality therapy. And that is one of my, I don't use it all the time, because some you can't. You cannot just tell them like it is. You have to ease it into them. And I was thinking, along with the Bath and Body, I am going to throw in a 1-hour one-on-one session on the phone, of course, or Skype, with me, with somebody who either wins the contest, and if they do not want it, the first person that wants it, I will get on here and I will tell you, the first name appears, that's who gets it. Because some people do need one-on-one. And I was thinking about that. Okay, so I'm going to throw it in if they want it. If they don't, I will get back on here and I will tell you that they didn't want the one-on-one, and it's up for grabs. So, okay? So, the last video I did was about dreams, hopes and dreams, and 2017, making it a better everything. And I did just a lot of research on everything. I was just, in, my husband said I was on the computer for 6 hours straight. It didn't seem that long, but apparently it was. So, one of the videos that I found was about depression, anxiety, and stress. And it was all stars, famous people that have depression, anxiety, major stress, constant. Two are very, very famous. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Well, they made the video, so I don't see why I can't. One was The Rock and Jim Carrey, which he doesn't hide. Neither hides their bout with depression and anxiety. And The Rock said something that I tell you every day. That all he really wished would happen is somebody to just hug him, hold him, and tell him it's really going to be okay and things will change. And I'm telling you, I love you, and things are going to change, and it will get better. So, and then Jim Carrey, come on, and wow, I mean, wow. I have some things to read to you that are so profound. He's an amazing, brilliant man. So articulate. The way he speaks is like nothing I've ever heard. In fact, I spent hours writing this down word for word. And then I watched it again without writing because I wanted to see his face when he was talking. And one of the psychiatrists or therapists that I watched he chose cognitive therapy. And you and I have talked about it. I use cognitive therapy as well. And then Maslow, the pyramid. So, and then reality. But I want to read something to you. And, I told you I was angry for 20 years. I still can't. When I say it, I have to pause because 20 years I was angry. Huh. It's just outrageous. Is anybody out there angry like that and have been for a long, long time like that? Because that's unreal. If you're out there and you have, you just don't, you're just angry, can you please comment? This isn't just for you, When I said it's for both of us, I wasn't kidding. It's for both of us. This is helping me just as much as it's helping you. So, have you ever thought about you having a very close person to you, somebody you love, a very good friend, a family member, who had depression. And have you ever thought how you would help them? And if you had issues yourself, did you ever think about that? Because one of the terms before you get your degree is you have to get counseling. So I had to go to counseling before I get graduated. It's just, that's the rule. Because it's like 101. You can't help anybody if you're messed up and you have issues. Here we go. And we're off. So, this therapist was on and on about it, and so he handled his patients like he would kind of use reverse psychology on them, which cognitive sometimes is slightly using reverse. And but what he said, I want to read to you. And he talked about anger. And he said anger is notorious for creating conflict. Of course it is. We all know that. And fear. And fear. When we're angry, we awaken our fight or flight. And when that is awakened, just either you're going to fight or you're going to run. And I wonder if it was somebody that you cared about, but your fear was so high, if you could fight instead of running and hiding, because you can't handle the conflict. And then he goes into, anger's notorious for, anger puts distance between you and the person that put the anger there. I think this was about he was talking about abuse cases. Anybody that was sexually abused or, physically abused, bad, they're going to either, like I said, fight or flight. They're either going to go two ways. They're either going to stand up for themselves, get out, or they're going to crawl into a ball and give up. That is not an option. Do you understand? That is not an option. So, yeah. When you have depression, anxiety issues, one of my goals is to help you understand what's happening with you, because you think you're going crazy and you don't understand a lot of it. You don't understand what's going on, and you think you're crazy or you're going crazy, and that's where I come in and explain that it's actually normal. These feelings are all normal to a point till they get suicidal. Harm to self, harm to others. That's when we have an issue. But these are all normal. Anger, bouts of depression, you know. I want to read this to you. And I'm going to hold it up here so I don't, look away too much. And the powerlessness pulling you back to anger, fear, unloved. They feel rejected, empty, especially teens. Teens, it is so normal for them to be angry. Let them be angry. Let them express their feelings. Don't ever stifle their anger, because anger is going to make them communicate with you. Why are you angry? Make them, piss them off more so they get it out. I like that. Don't ever stifle a teen's anger, because there's a reason, and you want to know it as a parent. And if it's you have to ask yourself, why am I afraid? What need isn't being met? Why do I feel threatened all the time, scared? Just the awareness alone takes the edge off. If you are aware of your anger and depression, anxiety, stress, all of it, that's half the battle. If you comprehend that much, you're going to get help and you're going to be fine. Now, I don't want to go too much into that, but, it helps you understand what's happening to you. Say from abuse, weak, pain, they feel unloved, they don't love themselves. You're not yourself at this process. Abuse is really disgusting. 5 stages of grief, there's no time limit. And I wanted to tell you that your brain, I think I told you this, the frontal cortex actually changes. And if you don't get out of that state, and you stay in that state for that long, your brain actually gets stuck there and it changes. Your brain changes. Pain is temporary. It will subside. But if you quit, it will never quit. You have to fight. Depression is not only normal, it's essential as well. Because it allows you to reorder yourself to a higher level, to a higher standard. I'm going to read this to you, and then we're going to be done. This is just so profound. I'm going to start over. Depression is not only normal, it's essential, but it allows for you to reorder yourself to a higher level, a higher standard, the better version of you. Lessons, trials. We've got to learn from them, but we can't give up. Seasons of lessons. There are seasons, bouts and seasons of trials and lessons that God gives us. The challenge is to accept the situation. Accept who you are. Love who you are, damn it. Did you know what God did to make you perfect, just the way you were meant to be? You gotta find your purpose. Accept who you are. You don't want to look at Sally, oh, I wish I had her life. And you don't know what's going on inside her doors. You have a beautiful life. God made you beautiful. Accept who you are. Get out of bed. Get out of the house. And most importantly, get out of your mind. Okay, this is pretty cool. And I'm talking to all of you, okay? All of you. All of you. How will you serve this world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's what you got to figure out. What does the world need that only you can provide? I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Because ultimately, we're not the picture on the film. We're the light that shines through. All else is just smoke and mirrors. Distracting, but not truly compelling. The peace we're after lies somewhere beyond personality, beyond perception. You can join the game, fight the wars, play with the form, all you want. But to find the real peace that you need to have, you got to let your armor go. Let it down. Let down the front that you put on every day when you leave your house. You need acceptance. It can make you invisible. If you don't accept, it can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in your way of the light that shines through the world and form you've taken. I'm going to repeat that. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this world in the form you've taken. Risk being seen in all of your glory. Like everyone, I was concerned, scared about going into the world and doing something bigger than myself. I wanted to, but because of fear of embarrassing or not doing it right, until I grew older and someone smarter than me made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself. Our eyes are not viewers, they're projectors as well, that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is, I'll never be enough. I'm just making a conscious decision to perceive challenges as something beneficial. so I can deal with them in the most productive way. But you'll come up with your own style. That's half the fun of being you, is coming up with your own style. Life doesn't happen to you. You happen to life. You will only ever have two choices in life, love or fear. Please choose love. And don't ever let fear turn against your playful, childlike heart. In the end, all that is left of you is what is left in your heart. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance at doing what you want. If you fail, you fail, but take the chance. Relax and dream. Dream up a good life. And don't you dare be afraid to ask the universe for it. That's pretty cool, huh? I cried because it reminded me of myself. So, I hope that you play this back and listen. I'm going to put it on Facebook and read it again a little better. Don't ever let fear get in the way of your dreams. And don't let depression, anxiety, and stress get in the way of being the best you that you were put here to be. I love you. I pray for you. If you like, please subscribe, like, and share. How do we do it? Peace, love, and dream big. Dream real big. And no fear. Just like Nike, just do it. Ciao. I'm done! Ugh. These aren't mine.